Here we are at Metro Sports with Coach Damian Brown, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Coach Brown, I noticed that you were coaching one game, and then that game would end. I would see you coaching another game and another game after that. How many teams, what's the name of your team, and how many teams do you have in this particular tournament?
We're the True Spartans, and we have 4 teams in this tournament.
Okay. First of all, True Spartans, where'd you come up with that name?
It's kind of been a little bit of a scriptural thing, but more so just about a team camaraderie. It's called Team Rise Up, meaning that together as a team we'll rise up against any adversity you ever place against us. And that's kind of how we came up with the name Spartans, because they were 300 against an army. So that's kind of like the motivation behind it is.
Excellent, excellent. Now, with having 4 teams in this tournament, you're dealing with a number of young men. How do you go about recruiting the young men that play for your basketball program?
Actually, word of mouth. Usually, some kids that played with me the year before would get a friend, and the friend would come, or a team and a program that actually had fallen apart. I kind of took that over because I know some of the other kids and training them and things like that, and their parents thought I would be a great fit for their coaching their child. So.
Excellent. Okay, now you have young men who are going to be playing for their particular schools,
yes,
correct?
Sir.
And you all are playing a number of games
yes,
at the beginning of this school year. Do injuries that players may suffer during these type of summer tournaments, do they concern you about the young man getting ready for their particular school sport?
Not necessarily, because when we practice, we condition a lot, and we also are very physical in practice. So we're actually used to the wear and tear and getting beat. And for the fact that we've been playing since last basketball season, at the end of basketball season, we've been beat up a lot, and it really doesn't affect us much. Not only that, but I do focus on a lot of flexibility training within our warm-ups, and definitely having cool-down stretches if you need them after games and after each practice, because I have a training background.
Okay. Now, with that said, what about fatigue? I see players play one game, and the players go to the next game and to the next game. I noticed the last game you played, you took a loss. Do you take a loss because of skill and athletic ability, or are some of your losses that you take is because of young men being tired and fatigued?
I would say that the loss that we suffered was more so mental breakdown. A lot of the mistakes that we're making were mistakes that we made in the beginning of the season, where we've taken a couple weeks off in the beginning of August, which we would have had a tournament already, but I've also made some adjustments within the team. So having people come back from injuries, having people coming together as a new team, because there's some players that have been adjusted. It's more of the mental aspect. School starting, they're focused on homework and that kind of thing. So if it's fatigue, it's not necessarily their bodies, but more so their minds.
Okay. Now, with having 4 teams in this tournament, why so many teams?
Well, they're all age differences. We have one ninth grade, one JV, and 2 8th grade teams. I've been blessed. I've been blessed with players that, believe in what I do, and parents that believe as well, that we've actually put together a nice system. I have some assistants, but they've actually had some obligations this tournament, so I have to do it all.
Okay, okay. Now, on that, when you talk about a mental loss,
yes, sir,
in the fatigue or the tiredness play, are you saying it doesn't play a role or plays a small role?
In the last game, it played a huge role, because some of the mistakes we made were just honestly like bonehead mistakes that we don't normally do. Well, if we had thought about it, we would have made the adjustment, but we were delayed in our thought process, so we didn't make the adjustment until too late.
Okay. Do you have some of your high schoolers, are they playing for their particular schools?
Yes, sir, they will.
Okay. Do you do any school coaching?
Yes, sir, I do.
Excellent. Okay. Do you play any more today?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I done seen you coach twice already today, Coach. But you play, what, 1 to 2 more games you got to coach today?
We actually have a 1:30, 2:30, 7:30, 9:30.
All today?
Yes, sir.
Well, if possible, I would like to probably get you back over here to the interviewing desk before the end of the day.
Okay, my pleasure.
I appreciate you taking time out,
sir.
Coach, and good luck on the rest of the tournament.
Yes, sir.